Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? Kind of playing with another one. I was going to go prairie dogging this weekend, but 2 nights ago the big thunderheads went through, tornado even went through out there where I go to shoot, close to where I go to shoot. Dumped a bunch of water, so well, you know what, I got a weekend, I got a bunch of stuff, I got some errands to do. I'll dedicate a weekend to not doing anything. Got some time left over. That's the old Savage, a 22-250. I painted it blue last spring. That color just never ever grew on me. The paint didn't stick all that bad. My mechanical rest right there shooting at it was just starting to come off a little bit. Well, you know, after one summer it's coming off a little bit. What's going to do 2, 3? I said to hell with it. Took the zip strip to it. It's not actually too bad a piece of looking wood. There is some character to it. In spots up on the fore end. Back here looked as good as the front end. It would be kind of a cool piece of wood. Anyway, zip stripped her down, scraped all the old varnish sticky stuff off. We're doing a double-aught steel wool, giving it a rough going over. It does sand it down, smooth it out, makes it feel good. I'm going to go give it some water, soak it down. Raise the grain a little bit. I'm going to hit it with 4-aught steel wool. I'm going to call that good enough. I mean, this is just, it's a prairie dog shooting rifle, you know. It's still going to look good. It's going to have a nice finish on it. But anyway, let's do that and we'll come back. All right, we soaked her down and set her outside with the wind blowing. We had about 35-mile-an-hour wind blowing day out there. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, it really raised the grain. I'm going to keep doing that a couple more times. It's not like it's a lot of work or anything. Just keep taking a wet rag, saturating her down, let her set. 4-aught steel wool. 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. Whenever it just seems like it's not raising the grain that much anymore, we'll call it good. Just taking a wet rag. That also cleans your dust off. And when you get it wet, that's going to give you a real good idea of what your stock really going to look like. Got a little bit of whoopie-dooey stuff in here. I kind of like that. A lot of character in wood. More the better. Well, we'll let her set one more time. I dug out my Lancaster maple. This is Laurel Mountain Forge. It's from a muzzleloader I built a few years back. It's a lot of red. And I kind of like it on most all of my guns. I'm going to give this one a coat of it on top of what little walnutty maple is still in there. Walnutty color. It is walnut, but I'm sure it's got some stain on it that I didn't take completely out. But let this one dry down. We'll do it one more time and get to putting some color to it. Okay, as of now we have saturated it, raised the grain 3 times, steel wooled it out the first time with double-aught. Now, that was just steel wooling it double-aught, and then now I've saturated it and steel wooled it 3 times with 4-aught steel wool. We're going to throw it up here on the deck, go overhead with the camera. We're going to put some red to it, put some stain on it. Done it before? Well, let's do it again. Well, that was slick. I give it the first coat of the red, and I forgot to turn the camera on. I got a whole lot of red to it, but I give it another steel wool, 4-aught, micro cloth. Always rub them out. Anytime you do a coat on something, give them steel wool, rub them out. T-shirt works good, soft cotton. And we're going to throw it up there, and I want as much red as I can get. I'm not getting much right now, but once you put the true oil to it, the finish on it, it'll change quite a bit. We're going to put another coat of heavy red on it. All right. Coat of color number 2. Was in Harbor Freight a few months back. You can buy these things really cheap. I don't remember the exact, but I think there's 100 of them in there for like $6. This is Lancaster Forge, Laurel Mountain Forge. It's Lancaster maple. Got a lot of red to it. If you watch the videos I did on the J frame, the J series, the 220 Swift, I bought with a burned out barrel. You know, that was my gun that I started this whole Savage, swapping barrels, prairie dog building rifles, rifle building, whatever. That gun's sitting in there. It's the first one I bought, the first one I started, and it's not finished. It's got a 243 Savage barrel on it, which does not shoot all that fantastic in my opinion. I don't know exactly what. I'm going to build, it's obviously going to be a dog shooter. High velocity varmint round. Don't know what. I don't know what I'm going to do with this rifle yet. I'm not 100% sold on it. I'm actually sell this one to finance doing that one. And buy a 22-250 Schilling barrel 1 in 12 twist that'll stabilize the 53 and the 55s really, really well. And that will be my 22-250. And then I'll just sit back and wait for the action that I want and build something else. Don't know. Can't make up my mind. But yeah, this is getting some red to her. It dries out, it's not this red, but when we put that True Oil coat cover on it, she's going to look good. About 35 mile an hour wind blowing out there. Too darn windy to go shooting, too windy to throw the boat in the water. So, add some errands to run. Add this project. What the heck, let's do her. I'm going to let this set. Probably about 30 minutes, it'll dry down. Don't take very long. We're going to put some True Oil on it. Hang out. Alright, this is third day. I've been giving it a coat a day, every 24 hours, or whatever you want to call it. I have 2 coats on there. 4-aught steel wool, you always want to give them a light scuffing after every coat. Your final coat, you can do that too if you don't like the high gloss. You can knock it back that way. And you got steel wool, you got dust, you got fine steel particle stuff on there. You want to wipe that down good, get rid of it. True Oil, it's kind of what I use on stocks. You've seen it before, you see it again probably. Just hand rub it in, palming it in they call it. There are dryers in this material. It starts getting tacky, sticky. How do you want to say it? It's a liquid and it's starting to turn into something else. If you quit too soon and you got too much of it on there and you don't rub it to take it down to that tackiness, it starts to set. There's still going to be some there that'll run. Have some drips on it possibly. Nothing difficult. And at that point you get in and wash your hands. The stuff comes off easy. It doesn't, not a big issue. I always thought this was a walnut stock all the time. I believe it's birch or something. Some kind of softer, less expensive wood. Works good though, I guess. Checkering you want to rub out good to make sure there's no like a puddle in there, because when you hang it, that's where your drips will get a good start. Okay, she's getting really tacky. Really sticky. Just take a piece of wire and hang it up. Right now at that point, you want to take it and just drag it down. One smooth shot. Take out all fingerprints. Or scuff marks or whatever else would be in it. And we're done. Oh, no! I thought we were done. Copper wire should have steel. That sucked. Well, we just do it again. I think I just pulled too hard, straighten out the copper. And that's it. We're going to let it set another 24, 48, whatever. Maybe this next weekend I have off. We're out of that 100-degree heat. We're down in high 50, mid-50s overnight, 75, less than 80. Time to get out there and do some shooting again. Boy, right after that, it's grouse season. It's dove season here in South Dakota. I haven't done that for a while. Grouse season's a couple weeks away. Then ducks, then pheasants, and deer. It's that time of year, folks. Best time to be alive. Thanks a lot for coming along.